Side kicks when we're working on the bag. We always want to hit with our heel when we're working on a side kick. And what I'd like to do is I'm going to film this from the front and from the side, because I want you to see my body alignment when I'm aligned properly and improperly. So this is my target. Actually, we'll go here. So that's my target. I'm going to go for the century. I'll go for the U on century, which is just about solar plex between the U and the R, but I'll go for the U. When I line up to my target, what I see a lot of mistakes is don't line up here looking at their target. But if you look, you can see the target, which means I'm not in line, because my center line, which is the point from my forehead all the way down through, as I'm here, my center line is this way. But when I turn, as soon as I rotate my head, my center line changes to here. So my center line is about here, but I'm not on line with that century. I need to be here where you can no longer see it. Now you're looking through me, which is through my center line, and I can see it. When I set up behind or shy of my target, what I do is when I throw my kick, my foot ends up rotating up, my toes point up because I can't roll my hips all the way over because I'm offline. So I line up correctly, and with this side kick, there are a couple different side kicks. We're just gonna do a front leg, which is the #1 side kick. I just wanna make sure that this back foot has lots of pressure on it. And when I kick, I'm kicking and striking only with the heel. I don't know if you can see the actual strike, but the goal is not a push. There's a cut kick and a side kick. I'm gonna do it from the side here. A side kick strikes, strikes, strikes. A cut kick pushes. You can see the bag pushes. It moves. Because all a cut kick does is pushing your partner away. Side kick's meant to stop somebody from coming at you, or break something if you're going in, like a rib. Knock the wind out of him if you hit him in the solar plex. You're trying to deliberately hit with force. A cut kick is exactly opposite. You're not trying to use force. You're trying to push the person away or push yourself away from the person. You're just trying to create distance so that you can do a long technique, a spinning kick, a not-a-bond, something that takes up traveling room. So on the bags, and the bags would be, on the side. You don't have to pull them out to the middle. That's just for filming. Bags, you would do a front leg side kick 5-10 times. You don't have to do a whole lot because they're not going to get a lot of power. It's just to make sure that their alignment is correct. So the front leg side again, weight on this foot. Now when you're fighting somebody, if I want to do front leg side kick with this foot, if I put a lot of weight here, they're going to recognize that I'm getting ready to use that front leg for something. They don't know what the kick is yet, but they're going to recognize this motion. To learn the kick, I put weight on my back foot, so I know that I'm doing it properly. If I'm fighting, I just put motion or tension on this back leg, I tighten the quad, and I'm sitting on it so that I can throw my side kick, but I didn't lean my whole body back. So there's no telegraphing it that way. So as you're finishing, you do your side kicks, then you want to show them that we want power. If you want to add power, you add either momentum or momentum coming at you. Well, this bag can't come at you. So a defensive side kick with somebody rushing you, when you're standing in place, throwing your side kick, and they rush you, they're giving the momentum against your kick, so you're striking them. You can't duplicate with that with a bag, so instead of that, we'll just slide away from the bag and then slide in with a side kick. And as you do that side kick, you're putting a good amount of effort into it, but you're advancing with your attack. Advancing with a side kick is a great technique, except it's sometimes easy to read and it's linear. So if you go against somebody and they redirect it, then just change how you go in. Instead of going in with a side kick, go in with a round kick next time, or just a different entrance. But side kicks are valuable. You want to be able to do front leg side kicks before your partner would rush you. On that note, in order to make anybody slower, the easiest way, you cannot physically make somebody else slower. Everybody, when you ask the question as an instructor, how do you make somebody slower? They'll say, kick harder, or you're not, you can't make somebody slower. They can become slower through cardio or lack of cardio, but really all we're doing is we're just increasing the gap. We're increasing our distance from them. So if I'm fighting somebody and they're faster than me, I just back out a couple inches. It gives me more response time or time to respond to whatever they're doing. It makes it seem like they're slower to me because I'm the one that backed out just a little bit. And they might not recognize that and then still throw the same techniques. It gives me more time to respond. The faster they are, the more space I'm going to give them. So that's your sidekick drill.